recording.
Hi, Spencer. My name is John. Can you tell me what brought you into counseling today?
Yeah. I I've been really struggling recently. I just found out that I have HIV, and I just
Hmm.
don't even know. I just don't even know what that means. I've never experienced anything like this before. I have no idea what's going to do with the meds that I'm taking on right now. I had to quit work. I'm on disability. I just don't even know what to do. I don't know if I can what I'm doing, like if I'm spreading it to my partner. I don't want to separate that, and I I just don't know what to do, and I just need you to tell me what is going to happen to me.
Okay. Wow. That's heavy, and I can see the pain on your face, and I can empathize with that. That's a lot that is being thrown at you right now. You said that you're also feeling some physical symptoms as well.
Yeah, I just feel so just crappy. I'm so sick. Again, I can't work, and I
Hmm.
just don't feel good at all about myself or my diagnosis.
Okay. Well, first things first, I'm going to ask you a few questions, but I want to let you know that this is a safe environment. Um,
Okay.
you with me here. I'm going to walk by your side with you. And also, as far as confidentiality is concerned, what is said between you and me, that stays private. I want to ensure you of that. There are a few exceptions to that. With that being said, I'm going to ask you this next question because if I believe that there is a potential risk for harm to you or someone else, that's something that I do have to share with other people. So, are you having any suicidal thoughts or ideations right now?
Uh, yeah, there are moments where I just want this all to end, and I really don't want to struggle with this anymore. I want it to go away. I want the suffering to stop.
Hmm. Can you tell me a little more about that? When are you having these emotions? Are you having them throughout the day? When do they pop up?
It's mostly when I'm alone, when my partner's not around the house, and I'm just by myself. I just feel sick, and I am alone, and I just think about just going to sleep and not waking up.
Hmm.
And I would I would rather not my partner or myself have to go through my suffering.
Yeah, you feel overwhelmed with all of this. And in
Yeah.
those moments where you don't have somebody to talk to, you can have these racing thoughts that are going on through your head.
Well, yeah, I also need your advice because it's like I need to know they have me on these new meds and I just don't know what they're going to do to me.
Hmm.
I I I'm afraid of what like my friends and family are going to think of me already. Like there's already like just loaded stigma because they don't approve of my relationship with my partner, my lifestyle. So I'm
Hmm.
just so afraid to like if for them to know they have HIV because I don't want them to know that because I don't want them to make them feel like that this is I deserve this or that
Hmm.
I earned it. And I'm afraid to lose my friends, and I just don't want. I just need you. I really just need you to help me. I need you to tell me what to do right now, and I need you to help fix me because right now I don't feel good, and
Okay.
I don't know how to fix it.
Okay. I'd like to reassure you, just so you know, that I am here by your side. There's a few things that I think we need to work on in general. At this point in the interview is when I would assess the client further with using the Columbia Suicide Scale. Um, for the purposes of this video, I'm saying that the client has passive SI, and there's no need for a safety plan at this point. They're having fleeting thoughts. and then I'm going to get back to the session now. So I want you to know, Spencer, that I am here by your side. There are a few things that I think we need to do to make sure we have all the correct answers, so we know how to game plan for this, and then we can create our goals and everything that we need to do to make you feel more comfortable in the moment. Right now, it's extremely confusing, so we're going to list out some stuff. First off, I know that you talked about the idea of the medication. I'm not a medical professional when it comes to that, as far as medication is concerned. So therefore, where were you getting, these were prescribed to you? Were they prescribed to you by your general doctor?
Yeah, I just it was like it was all a whirlwind. It all happened so
Mm,
fast. All of a sudden
yeah.
I get treated and I get sick and I get treated for HIV, and all of a sudden I'm diagnosed, and then they just start sending me to the pharmacy and I'm supposed to get these drugs,
Mm,
and I am just so overwhelmed because of this the list of what the side effects are, and I'm just afraid of what they're going to do to me.
right, right. Yeah, that's a heavy burden to bear. And so I do think the best course of action, because in that moment, what I heard you just say is that it was a whirlwind.
Hmm.
It was a lot of heavy news to hear at one time. So we're going to write down that list of all the questions that we need to get answered, and we're going to check them off one by one. And I'm going to be
Okay.
here by your side, because I want you to know that that is why we're here today, and we're here to get you better. Um, how's the communication with your partner?
It's okay. He he knows. You know, I told him, of course, and he understands. But um, I I just have more questions too about like what that means for our relationship. And
Hmm,
does this mean I'm going to pass it on to him? And
right,
I mean that's I don't know what I'm going to do with my life without him. So
right.
but I also know he can't have this disease.
Hmm.
I just don't know. I need to know what my actual limitations are.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's another thing where we're gonna put down the questions that we need to have asked by a medical professional. Can you pass it along to him? But from a safety perspective, I think it would benefit you to invite him into the conversation, and not isolate yourself at this time. Sounds like he's supportive right now from what you're telling me, and that's great. And just to keep him in the loop as we are finding out these questions, I don't think it's going to take very long to find out the questions. I'm going to do some research as well for you, looking for potential hotlines that you can talk to or other resources. Um, so you told me that you're not feeling well, also, and you had to quit your job because of you not feeling well.
Mhm.
Is there anything that you are doing right now? And I know it's a difficult time, but for self-care, is there anything that you can do physically, or possibly read a book? I don't know your interests. I'd like to set something out there for you, where you can have that moment where to yourself, where all the focus doesn't need to be on this right now, since we are checking these items off a list. So tell me a little bit about what you like to do, if there's anything that we can game plan to have you do before we meet again.
Um, well, I used to really enjoy doing morning runs, and I would do that quite often. And I mean, now I just don't even have energy for that, and
Mm,
I think that's like I feel so sad that I can't do that anymore. I can't run
mm,
anymore, and I used to
right.
just always do that. And so
Hmm.
I'm not sure, and I'm having to learn about what I can do
Okay.
in that time. But yeah, I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay. Well, let's maybe set a small goal where, yeah, we don't have to run right now, but get outside, get fresh air, and walk around
Okay.
the block if we can do that. Something small. Start small at least, and then you'll know what your energy level's like. But I'd like you to get outside and do some self-care and work on yourself. Um, as far as research is concerned, I'd really like you to consult with medical professionals. So so we can keep that focus with somebody that is actually knowing what's going on. Try to stay away from things online that may worry you in the meantime. But if we focus on that self-care, we work on that list, and we will get your answers, all of them handled. Anything that I may not be able to answer, I'll make sure that I consult someone else in my at the multidisciplinary team that I'm with. I have other staff members that have dealt with this too. So I will ask for additional resources myself, and we will come up with a game plan. Does that sound good?
Okay. Okay.
All right.
That sounds good.
All right. I appreciate it, Spencer. Thank you so much. And that is all the time that we have for today. But let's go ahead, and normally we meet once a week, but I want to check up on you a little sooner than that. So I'm going to have you talk to my assistant. Maybe we can set something out a few days from now. Is that okay with you?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Spencer.
Yeah. Thank you, John.